Hey everyone, and welcome to the FYE Talks podcast. This is Alexis Hutchinson, and I'm acting as your host today. We have a very special guest, and I'm very excited to introduce her. And I want to let her introduce herself, actually, and then we're going to get started on this really interesting topic today.
Hey Alexis, thank you for having me. My name is Mindy Dye, and I am the academic counselor for the TRIO Student Support Services program here at ECTC.
Awesome. And so we're here to talk about TRIO today and kind of what it is, how it helps students, and all the really great benefits that the TRIO program provides to students all over the country. And so can you give kind of a brief introduction of what TRIO is and how that impacts your program?
Yes, TRIO is actually a group of 8 federal grant programs. They're funded by the Department of Education. And what they do is provide outreach and student services for disadvantaged students who want to attend and succeed through college. Student Support Services, the program that I'm with, is one of those, and ECTC is actually fortunate enough to have 2 TRIO programs. The Educational Opportunity Center is on campus as well. And it is our goal to help our students advance through and graduate or from ECTC with an associate's degree or transfer to a 4-year school.
Awesome. And so what do you think as far as TRIO? What comes to mind when you think of TRIO? What are some of the best characteristics of this program?
Some of the best characteristics of this program is we are dedicated to the success of our students. We have goals that we have to reach every year, goals that are regulated by the Department of Education. And if we don't meet those goals, then we don't have jobs. Our funding continues based on our ability to succeed. So when a student becomes a participant of the SSS program, they have a group of higher education professionals who strive to help them reach their academic goals and help them get where they want to go.
Awesome. And so can you kind of give some of the services that your program offers to support students through their journey?
Yes, we do offer several. The biggest one is tutoring. Of course, we have professional and peer tutoring available. We also offer academic advising. We can help students complete their FAFSA or provide answers to any questions they have regarding their financial aid. We help those students who want to transfer to a 4-year school stay on track for that. We can help them apply. We can help them apply for scholarships. We could take students on field trips and college visits when conditions permit, of course. We can't currently do that because of the pandemic, but we can do that when we're in a healthier time. In the past, we've taken our students to Western Kentucky University. We've taken them to University of Kentucky, University of Louisville. We've been to museums. We've been to the theater. And just this past spring, honestly, before COVID hit, we were planning a multi-day trip to Chicago, all expenses paid for our students. We also offer workshops throughout the year on financial literacy, academic and social topics. We have a computer lab in our offices, and we're kind of just a good place to hang out to between classes if you need somewhere to go to work on some homework or just come and visit.
Awesome. And so what are some of the reasons you think students should join the SSS program? So you hear about all those great services that they offer, but what's kind of the real reasons, that students should really take advantage of this service?
One of the biggest reasons I would say, since we are a community college, unlike 4-year colleges, there are not a lot of opportunities for finding your roots, so to speak. Finding a place on campus where you fit in, where you have a place to go and hang out and people to talk to. And we really try to provide that sort of environment for our students. We have a lot of fun up here. We don't just sit in our offices, we come out and talk to the students, see what they're into, see what they're doing, see how they're doing. And it's just a real comfortable environment to spend time. And having that sort of place to go, kind of a soft place to fall on campus, is so important for students because you want them to feel engaged. Mm-hmm. And you want them to feel like they have a home here and that they're really a part of the campus. And that's something we really strive to provide for them.
Absolutely. I mean, we all fall into the trap of, kind of go to classes and then come home, not really take a lot of time, to see what's available to community college. And it sounds like SSS is doing a lot of great things to try and build that sense of community here at ECTC.
Right. And we understand that our students have lives outside of school. They have jobs, they have families, they have other responsibilities. So we take that into consideration as well. Sometimes we'll offer what we call our after hours events, where students who work but want to come in and see us after hours will have some activities happening where they can actually be a part and partake after our standard hours. So we really do what we can to accommodate them and the needs that they have, the unique needs that they have with everything else going on in their lives.
Awesome. And so we know that these programs are kind of all over the state, right? So could a student theoretically come into ECTC as an SSS student and then go to, say, U of L, UK, whatever the case may be, and continue to be an SSS participant?
Yes, absolutely. And we hope that they do so. There are hundreds of these programs all over the United States. The only thing that we need to let them know is we do have an intake process when they join our program, just to determine what our students' academic and career goals are. So when they go to their four-year school, they would just have to apply to that program, go through any intake process they have to become a participant in that one.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And so again, SSS sounds like it's doing a lot of great work. We love that those tutoring resources are available to students. Love that there's so many different programs and opportunities for them to get engaged. Is there anything else about the SSS program you feel that students should know, should be aware of, have a, history lesson of how they came, whatever the case may be?
Well, the TRIO programs were actually started back in 1967, I believe, by President Johnson. And there's 8 programs total. I know it's called TRIO. I'll explain why here in a moment, but there are 8 programs total under the TRIO banner that run the academic pipeline from middle school all the way up to graduate school and a doctorate level. And those 8 programs are the Educational Opportunity Center, which I mentioned is also on campus, Student Support Services, the McNair program, and that is where you would find assistance for students who want to achieve their master's or doctorate degrees. Talent Search, which is, I believe, for younger middle school age students. Upward Bound Math Science, Veterans Upward Bound as well. And there's also a training program for TRIO staff. Those are all TRIO programs. Now, when President Johnson started this initiative, it was with his War on Poverty. And originally, there were 3 programs originally. The Talent Search, Upward Bound, and Student Support Services. So the TRIO comes from a tribute to those original 3 programs. And they're just designed to support and encourage access to higher education for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. And Student Support Services serve students who are first generation, which means neither their parents nor legal guardians have earned a bachelor's degree. They can have earned an associate's degree. They can have cousins, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles who have earned a bachelor's degree, but as long as their parents haven't earned one, then they qualify under that criteria. Students who are of low income, and that's based on federal income guidelines, or students who have a documented disability. And that could be a learning disability, a medical, a behavioral disability, anything. And they just have to meet one of those criteria to participate in our program. We serve 185 students every year, and as students graduate, as they leave school, we look to recruit to fill in those spots. And once they join our program, they are a program participant for as long as they're a student here, until they tell us they don't want to be anymore, or if they transfer out, of course, or graduate.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, and we have had, this program has been on the ECTC campus since 1997, so we've been part of this community for a while.
Wow. And that's unusual for a grant program.
Right. It is a competitive grant program, and every 5 years we have to rewrite a proposal, and it has to go through a very rigorous competitive process through the Department of Education to determine if we will continue to get funding for the next 5 years. And we just went through that, and we luckily did get refunded. So we will be here right now until 2025, and hopefully even beyond that. Mm-hmm. But in addition to what we offer, we have, like I said, we have goals that we have to meet. And that gives us extra incentive to really help our students. It's not the only reason, of course. I mean, yeah, we want to meet our goals, but every staff member who works here really is passionate about helping students achieve. And we have had so many students come through who never thought they'd be able to earn a college degree, don't think they can do the work, barely know how to use a computer. And by the end of that first semester, even with our assistance, they're thriving.
Mhm.
They're thriving, and it's so rewarding to see that. I can think of one student in particular, that first day she was in tears. And because there's such a huge online component now to higher education, and she wasn't familiar with the platform. And she's like, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm going to fail. I'm just going to go quit. And she graduated with a degree. And that right there makes it all worth it. Makes the work that we do and the time that we put in to see our students walk across that stage and get their degree. There's really no other feeling like it.
Mhm.
It's just wonderful.
Absolutely. And so that sounds fantastic. And we're super excited that you guys have been refunded for another 5 years. So that's another 5 years of absolutely fantastic, comprehensive support. And I appreciate you coming on and kind of telling us about the Student Support Services Program today and where it comes
Yes.
from. I highly encourage every student to reach out to Miss Mindy here and see if you qualify. Even if you think you might not, just go ahead and turn that paperwork in, and Miss Mindy will let you know if you qualify or not, and then what you need to do to take that next step as far as being an SSS participant. So thank you again, Mindy. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Don't
And if I
forget
could
to
just say real quick, I'm sorry.
totally fine.
I don't think I mentioned where we're located.
Yeah.
We are located in the Academic Technical Building, ATB, room 104. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. My email is mdye0023@kctcs.edu. That's mdye0023. We are tutoring still. We're tutoring remotely, and we have a couple of in-person tutors as well. You do have to make an appointment. So if you need assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. And we are also open throughout the summer as well. So if you're taking summer courses and will need help, then we'll be available for you.
Awesome. Don't forget, email Ms. Mindy if you have any questions, concerns, or if you'd like to know more about the SSS program. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. for the FYA Talks podcast, and we will see you later.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Thank you.